Welcome all. Today's top breaking news with Gitanjali from Bayan Times. Three sanitizer manufacturing units inspected in Andhra Pradesh. In the wake of deaths due to the consumption of sanitizer in Prakasam district and other parts of the state, police conducted surprise checks at the three sanitizer manufacturing units in Nadigama. Superintendent of Police M. Ravindranath Babu said that a special drive will be conducted soon in all the villages to identify people addicted to alcohol and counsel them against consuming sanitizer. Raids will be conducted on all bailed shops, he added. As part of the drive, ASP Vakul Zindal, also along with Nadikama Police, inspected three sanitizer manufacturing units and verified the license and stock. The unit operators were told to sell the sanitizer as per the government regulations. 10 more de-addiction centers to come up in Andhra Pradesh. To reform drug and alcohol addicts, the state government will add 10 more de-addiction centers to the existing 15 by the year end. V. Lakshmana Reddy, chairman of Andhra Pradesh Madhya Vimochana Prachara Committee (MVPC), has said, as part of its multi-pronged approach to achieve total prohibition, the government hiked liquor prices and established 15 de-addiction centers with 4.98 crore. Also, the Special Enforcement Bureau (SEB) was formed to conduct raids on the illegal transportation of liquor and put a stop to manufacturing of the illicitly distilled liquor, Lakshmana Reddy added. Committee formed to avoid industrial accidents in Vishakhapatnam. The government has initiated steps to prevent industrial accidents in the district, and the focus will be on safety, prevention of accidents and pollution. In view of series of industrial accidents in the vicinity of Vishakhapatnam in the recent past, particularly after styrene vapor leak at LG Polymers plant, accidents at pharma units at Pharma SEZ and crane crash at Hindustan Shipyard, a committee headed by Joint Collector R. Govinda Rao has been formed to conduct an inspection of all industries in the district. District Industries Center General Manager Ramalinga Raju will be the member convener. Officials of fire services, electricity, inspector of factories, pollution control board, boiler department, and others will be members of the committee. The committee has been asked to submit its report in 90 days. There are over 150 industries, including pharma, chemical, petroleum, and explosives manufacturing units in the district. A policy will be formulated with regard to payment of 50 lakh compensation to each victim's family. It has been proposed to change the norm to make it mandatory to get safety compliance report from industries twice a year. Andhra Pradesh joins hand with ISB to boost economy. The Andhra Pradesh government, through the Andhra Pradesh Economic Development Board, has entered into a Memorandum of Understanding (MOU) with Hyderabad-based Indian School of Business (ISB) to work with various economic departments under the government with a broader objective of economic recovery and growth monitoring, especially post-COVID-19, with special focus on economic development and job creation in the state. One of the areas of collaboration is a project to make Executive Capital Vishakhapatnam a engine of growth. The areas of collaboration also include high frequency, high resolution indicators for monitoring economic recovery in Andhra Pradesh, focus on food processing sector in Rayalaseema, improving governance and data analytics, unshackling informal sector growth and reshaping the skill development programs. The data analytics is designed to move from hindsight to foresight and outsight, that is, from mere descriptive analytics to predictive and prescriptive policy analytics, which is going to be a game changer in the days to come. KRMB allots 17 TMC feet Srisailam water to Andhra Pradesh. The Krishna River Management Board (KRMB) has permitted the Andhra Pradesh officials to utilize 17 TMC feet of water from the Srisailam Canal to meet the drinking water needs of Rayalaseema districts, while it permitted Telangana to draw 37.67 TMC feet. While the Telangana officials sought to use 7.746 TMC feet of carryover Nagarjuna Sagar water from 2019-20 allocation, the Andhra Pradesh government strongly objected to it as the previous water year has ended on May 31, 2020, and that is If left unused, there was no provision to use them in the next water year. As the three-member committee on water sharing between both the states would be convened shortly, the KRMB said that the matter can be discussed then. Life sciences sector to offer 4 lakh jobs in Telangana. The first meeting of the reconstituted Life Sciences Advisory Committee was chaired by IT and Industries Minister K.T. Ramarao. The government has reconstituted the committee with members from the industry and academia with a term of 2 years. The committee will be headed by the chairman of Dr. Reddy's Laboratories, Satish Reddy, and managing director of Biological E. Mahima Datla will serve as vice chairman. Director of Life Sciences of Government of Telangana, Shakti M. Nagappan, will be the convener of the committee. It is our vision to grow the life sciences industry from $50 billion to $100 billion and create 4 lakh new jobs in this decade, said Rao. Briefing on the efforts already undertaken by the state government to strengthen the sector, Rao requested the committee to play a pivotal role in advising the government on the initiatives that could help consolidate Hyderabad's leadership position in life sciences. Telangana steps up COVID-19 fight via 40,000 tests per day to release Rs 100 crore. The state cabinet decided to intensify its battle against COVID-19 by scaling up tests to 40,000 per day. It also decided to release Rs 100 crore in addition to an equal amount already released to help speed up the pandemic fight. The cabinet decided to bear the expenditure incurred by doctors and other staff in private medical colleges on food and medicines as they were providing free medical care to COVID-19 patients. The cabinet also took a serious view of the private hospitals trying to squeeze from patients in the name of specialized COVID-19 treatment. It was also decided that across the state at least 10,000 more oxygen beds should be made available. If any government hospital is running short of staff, they have been asked to appoint them on a temporary basis. As many as 10 lakh home isolation kits were kept ready so that there would be no dearth in supplying them immediately after one test positive. Telangana adds 2,092 COVID-19 cases to its tally. Major district hospitals run full. Telangana reported 2,092 cases of coronavirus on Thursday, taking the statewide caseload to 73,050. Now, state is handling close to 20,358 active cases of COVID-19. Inevitably, the healthcare machinery in district are facing the burden for third day straight, with the MGM Hospital in Warangal, a COVID-19 facility which has 255 beds, is running full. All the 105 ICU beds and 150 oxygen beds at one of the biggest hospitals catering to the medical needs of the north of Telangana are full. A similar situation persisted in District Hospital Bhadradri Kottagudem, where 20 isolation and 4 ICU beds are occupied with no vacancies for past 3 days. Similarly, in GGH Suryapet, 40 oxygen and 20 ICU beds are also fully packed. In total, 5,897 beds are available from the government, indicating that only some specialized hospitals are taking the burden of cases while smaller district hospitals are still not taking in serious cases as intended. Andhra Pradesh sees 10K new COVID-19 cases, 80K active. The COVID-19 surge continued as Andhra Pradesh registered 10,128 fresh cases and 77 new deaths in the 24 hours. According to a media bulletin released by the State Command Control Room, as many as 60,576 more samples were tested. As over 10,000 of them tested positive, the cumulative coronavirus tally rose to 1,86,461. 3 districts, East Godavari, Anandpur and Kurnool, recorded over 1,000 infections. With 1,544 new cases, the tally in East Godavari shot past the 26,000 mark. Anandpur and Kurnool reported 1,260 and 1,368 fresh cases. Meanwhile, 8,721 more patients getting discharged from hospitals across the state took the total number of recoveries beyond 1 lakh mark, leaving 80,426 active cases. District-wise East Godavari, which has been recording over 1,000 cases for the past few days, has the highest number of active cases, 11,610. Prakasam has the lowest, 2,827. Meanwhile, the number of deaths reported was significantly higher. 16 of the 77 victims were from Guntur, followed by 12 from Vishakhapatnam and 10 from Srikakulam, where the toll crossed 100. The overall toll in the state stood at 1,681. Dubbaka MLA journalist Solipeta Ramlinga Reddy passes away. Dubbaka TRS MLA and journalist Solipeta Ramlinga Reddy died of cardiac arrest in the early hours of Thursday at the age of 57. He is survived by his wife, son and daughter. Reddy, who actively participated in the Telangana movement, was elected as an MLA in 2004, 2008, 2014 and 2018 assembly elections from Domata and Dubbaka segments. Before participating in the separate Telangana movement from 2001, Reddy worked as a journalist with vernacular newspapers for over 25 years. Chief Minister and TRS President K. Chandrasekhar Rao, TRS Working President and IT Minister K.T. Rama Rao and several other ministers and MLAs condoled the death of Ramlinga Reddy. With this, we conclude with our today's news headlines. For more such latest news and updates, like, share and subscribe Pi and Times.